We're going to the Middle East, to the desert. It's night and there's darkness everywhere except for one place. A big circle that glows with a bright orange light is called the crater Darwaza, and it's a giant gas burner. Years ago, geologists found gas here and started mining for it, but when they excavated, they ran into a void under the ground. The void collapsed and created a crater as wide as half a soccer field that could hold a 5-story house. From the cracks in the crater began to release gas. Since there were a lot of grazing animals near the site, geologists decided to set fire to the gas streams to deplete the gas reserves. The geologists thought the fire would be over in a day or two. However, as you can see, this gateway to the underworld has been burning for almost 50 years now. In 2013, for the first time, a man descended to the bottom of the burning crater. He collected lots of different samples, and scientists were able to find bacteria that are not found anywhere else on Earth. They're quite comfortable at the bottom of an endlessly burning frying pan. In 2009, a resident of the Italian city of Aquila saw twinkling lights that seemed to dance over a paved street. He immediately knew what to do and took his family to a safer place. Just a few seconds later, the region was hit with a magnitude 8.3 earthquake. The knowledge of the strange lights saved his life and his family. So, what were these mysterious warnings? For centuries, people have interpreted such lights as something otherworldly. The scientific community didn't take them seriously, dismissing them as false memories, imagination games, or mere fiction. With the advent of surveillance cameras and smartphones, there has been ample evidence. The connection has become clear: wherever lights are seen, an earthquake happens. So, experts finally began to take them seriously and decided to investigate the nature of the phenomenon. But after years of research, geologists still haven't figured out why the lights are happening. However, they did recognize 5 types: bright flashes illuminating the sky, which look like thunderbolts or a strong flash of a camera, beams in the sky that can look like pillars of light, flames of varying sizes breaking through the ground, a diffuse glow over the mountains, and slow-moving balls of light that can be mistaken for fireballs or lightning. This, by the way, is another little understood atmospheric phenomenon: ball lightnings that float in the air and explode, leaving behind a sulfurous smell. Unlike globular lightning, these round lights seem harmless, except for what happens next. Whatever the case, experts don't know exactly how the lights are related to earthquakes. They appear not only before an earthquake, but sometimes afterwards. They also accompany other phenomena, such as meteorite falls, volcanic eruptions, or aurora borealis. So far, scientists can only propose theories to explain the unexplained. One of them claimed that the lights were electrical lines severed during an earthquake, but that theory didn't explain why people saw these lights hundreds or even thousands of years ago. For example, in ancient China, there was a legend that dragon-like clouds appeared in the sky to warn of an impending earthquake. An ancient Roman historian reported about huge lights that looked like flames that erupted before a great earthquake. The theory of electric lines was quickly dismissed. Another theory was that it was gas. During an earthquake, the underground rocks expand and contract under pressure and heat. At the same time, small spaces open and close between them. Through these holes, all kinds of gases can come out. For example, during a seismic activity, radon can be released. It ionizes the air, making it electrically charged, but not enough to create flashes of light. A good theory, but unfortunately unworkable. One of the most common hypotheses is that the flashes are a consequence of electricity rising from beneath the Earth. When the underground igneous rocks, the ones that form from the magma deep inside our planet, are energized, they give off ionized or electrically charged oxygen. It passes through the surface and rises up into the atmosphere, where it creates a local electric field. This can lead to flashes of visible light, some of which can even last for several minutes. In the meantime, you have arrived at the scene. You've been driving all night, you haven't had a good night's sleep, and you're tired. You stop the car and get out to stretch your legs. You look up at the sky, and you see a beautiful sunrise. Stop. Wait. there are 3 suns in the sky. You wipe your eyes, but no, there are still 3 bright dots in the sky. No, our home star wasn't torn into 3 pieces. Nor has it been visited by 2 other stars. This phenomenon is called parhelion. It occurs mostly during severe frosts. Small ice crystals bend the light, and as a result, you can see 3 bright spots in the sky instead of just 1. Pargelius is a variant of a halo. Normally, a halo is just a circle around the sun, but you can see it even at night. Look at a streetlight and you'll see a bright circle around it. Sometimes, the halo can have more bizarre shapes. If there's a lot of ice in the air, the light distorts even more, like in a room with a dozen mirrors. Then the halo can take on the shape of a human eye. A false dawn also occurs because of this phenomenon. While you're looking at the horizon, and a glimpse of the sun begins to appear, just a little bit more and the sun is dissolving in the sky. After a few moments, darkness returns, and only a moment later, the real sun appears. This is the same light warping effect you saw before with the 3 suns, only now the light is curved vertically instead of horizontally, and instead of the real sun, there was a reflection of it in the ice crystals. Let's move on. This cloud looks like a dinosaur. And this one looks like a cat. And what's that? Is it going to fall? No, it's just an udder-shaped cloud. Because of its shape, it can seem that pieces of the cloud are about to fall to the ground. That's not going to happen, but you'd still better start looking for shelter. Clouds like this are a sign of a severe thunderstorm approaching. It takes a lot of moisture to form. It takes a lot of moist air with ice crystals at the top and dry air at the bottom. Then, between the layers, there are vertical streams of air. Thanks to these currents, the clouds take on a shape that resembles a human brain. And this giant cloud looks like a dome that would cover an entire city. In fact, that's exactly what's going to happen. A huge cloud covers a large area, and then it rains heavily. Sometimes the cloud front takes a bizarre shape, as in these pictures. The clouds look like giant spaghetti or huge cloudworms. It's a phenomenon that's often seen in the morning, and it's called morning glory. Morning glory occurs when a strong wind twists part of the cloud on either side, and then a huge sheet of air dough splits into thick strips. And sometimes in the sky, you can see clouds made up of birds. Wow, that cloud moves fast and is changing shape. It becomes more transparent, but then it's back to being denser and darker. The birds seem to be engaged in some kind of dance or performance, but they're not doing it for the spectators gathered below. They are defending themselves in this way. When birds group together in a cloud, they scare away birds of prey. Nature warns of impending calamities in many ways. Bent trees can mean that a landslide is coming. The earth moves slowly, giving the trees a bizarre shape. Stay away from them and find a flat spot, unless you have superhuman powers. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe and like it. Bye.